Okay, I think we're live. Okay, I think camera is working. All right, cool. All right, so today we're gonna do some world building. I'm gonna bring some very cool meshes that I got from this project. Into my main level. These are a little heavy, but let's see if we can bring them. Okay, yeah, let's try to bring them over. We could probably get the folders. Yeah. Let's try to send them. Probably let's make a new folder. And just send that folder there so we can have them all together. Let's see if we can do some cool stuff with them here. Okay. Now we can probably send them all together. These are super heavy meshes, but let's see if we can simplify them a little bit. Okay, I think we got them there. Okay. Yeah, I think we got them here. Especially this one is probably the heaviest. Maybe we can place it somewhere around here. Just really inspiring myself in the Forever Winter. it has some detail in there. Okay, let's turn that off. The dust and the weather. Okay, then I want to see if I can make some cables. Put some cables in there. No, actually this needs to be way bigger. This needs to be like... something like this. And I need these cables to come to the center. The thing is that this cannot be floating, to be honest. Yeah, we need something to put this on. Maybe some other structure. Tiny structure, something like this. Let's see. Yeah, let's try something like this. This might be too big. Oops, totally lost the cyber skull. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Okay, for these, kind of like it like it is. Let's see if we can convert these. Into a static mesh, so we can clean up a little bit of the cables that I don't want. It would be also nice to get some other textures for it. Okay, this blueprint we're gonna delete. Then we can... Oh, I think I forgot to get the cubes off. Oops, yeah. But no problem, I think we can just select them here. Deselect them here. The drag deselect, I always forget that command. Anyways, it's not that... We don't have that many. These are like the anchor points where the cables are scattering from. Okay. Now I'm just gonna double check that we don't have any cables floating. I think that's good enough. Okay, now we can actually merge these. Make them nanite. Yeah, let's see. How much I can push this thing. Now what's really taking a hit on performance is the AI enemies. I need some kind of like spawner or something so I don't have too many of them at the same time. I think that's really hitting performance here, because the static meshes, they don't really bother that much. Okay, let's get this going. Okay, it will be nice to add some kind of cool texture to this. Okay, that's nice. I've been going a little bit hard with the fog. I think it works pretty well. Kind of want to make it so it changes. Also the day and night cycle, I wanna see if I can get that going. The issue is that the skybox is too bright, so I need to figure out how to set it up so we can get the emissive from the skybox to go down. Okay, we're getting 3 enemies here. Yeah, we're getting some frame drops. I believe it's because the enemies, I added too many enemies. We need to get some AI spawners based on a trigger box. So when we walk into an area, we spawn some enemies. We don't really want to have them just hanging around like that. We can probably do that with data layers. That's really gonna help a lot. So I'm using invokers for the nav, for the enemies and the nav mesh, which really helps. But yeah, I need to figure out how to spawn them in an interesting way. That way I will improve performance a lot. But yeah, I wanna do some world building. Also, I wanna figure out the NPCs. I wanna have some NPCs, some dialogue, some quests. We have those systems in the template. That looks kind of funky. We need some kind of mesh for the eye and get some cool lights in there. Maybe I have something here. That we could use. Yeah, we do have some lights. Maybe we can use something like this. That's too big. Something like this. some stuff like this. Wow, so many material like these. Let's make a copy of this one. Let's see if we can do that. Hey, I'm from Costa Rica. Okay, let's get some more emissive power here. Maybe more. Something like that. That looks a little nicer. Let's see how it looks without this. Yeah, it does need some filler. Filler lights. The issue is that it's casting shadows to the other side, so it makes it look a little strange. We might need to get it closer so it makes more sense. That's kind of cool. Your typical Terminator kind of look. Okay. Yeah, we need to spawn enemies based on trigger boxes. You cannot just have them in the level, it's too heavy. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it's a big map. It's the same map I've been working on. I got a couple new areas. So this is working on this. You could say it's like a survival horror game. I'm not sure about the horror aspect, but yeah, I'm trying to make a cool map. The amount of polygons that thing has, it's insane. Like I can't believe this this is running. Like I need to definitely simplify that thing. Yeah, we're getting some frame drops because I have a lot of enemies spawned at the same time, but we're gonna do it with a blueprint and data layers, I think. think we're gonna do it like that. Yeah, it's using nanite for sure. It's pretty heavy. This skull right there. We need a coordinate system because getting lost in this map is very easy. It's gonna be very annoying. I had this friend, he made a coordinate system. What AI tools? I'm using a template, not so much AI. A template called the RPG engine. So this is one area. Bunch of buildings. Like broken buildings in there. The problem is these enemies right here. These enemies, they're using an invoker, so they kind of like generate their own nav mesh around them, and I have a lot of them placed in the level, just trying to test performance. But we need to do this differently. We need to have a box collision where if the player goes through, it spawns the enemies, because we cannot really have them loaded all at once. It's too much. That's kind of what I'm testing, making sure that that we are getting enough performance. Yeah, the world partition is also another big topic. I appreciate it. Oh, nice. That's very cool. You worked with the creator, with Weber. That's very nice. Yeah, Nanite and Lumen are great, but it's they you need to set them up properly. For some situations, it's not really worth it to use Nanite or Lumen. You need to have like very heavy meshes. Yeah, I'm also trying to learn about it. He got stuck in there. Yeah, I'm getting very heavy frame drops. So yeah, with a coordinate system, this will be very nice. Instead of like a minimap, kind of like the coordinate system. Yeah, I kind of want to have some different enemies. These are kind of like alien bugs, but I want to have like some kind of like biomechanical enemies. So kind of like a combination between organic and mechanic. Yeah, the old LOD system. Yeah, that's not gonna go away anytime soon, for sure. If you're really trying to make a game that works in most computers, it's definitely, some people don't have access to a NVIDIA GPU, so using Lumen and ray tracing and all that stuff, it's gonna be difficult. Okay, let's make a test. Let's see what happens if I take the enemies off. Yeah, let's just take them off. We should probably get way better performance now. Yeah, double the performance, almost triple the performance. Yeah, I definitely want it to be super foggy. Yeah, it was running at like almost 30, now it's like 70 something. So how are we going to deal with that with the enemies? We have these spawners. Oh, I already have something. Yeah, I already have something done for this. Yeah, totally forgot. I have these alien eggs that I was working on. Super simple thing. This alien egg right here. So we can base the logic on this thing. And it's not using the level blueprint, which is good. Don't want to use the level blueprint. So these eggs, basically you walk around them, they open up. Something like open world AI spawn system might save you a ton of FPS and time unless you have trying to go from scratch. Open world AI spawn system. I heard about that one. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You see, so we have these eggs that open up and then you get this thing. I do want to have something that spawns the enemy like nearby, and I want it to be invisible so you don't really know when that's going to happen. So let's see. yeah, it's an egg I got from Fab, and it comes with its own animation. It's super awesome. So let's make a copy of this. Just gonna call it something like that. Yeah, I wanted to spawn randomly inside a radius, so it spawns nearby, not so much in the entire world, but nearby this volume. So let's open up this thing. I think there's a node for that. Spawn randomly inside the radius. But that might be also strange, because it's gonna spawn, it might spawn in front of the player, so it might look strange. It will be cool for the enemies to spawn underground and kind of like come up from the soil. Okay, so what do we have here? Here we have the Niagara spawner. Okay, this is the egg animation. This we don't need. Okay, opening animation for the egg. Yeah, we basically just need this thing to spawn the enemy. Looking at the player. Then we can randomize a little bit the position. Okay, let's see. I just basically took the egg logic of this. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Okay, let's see if we can spawn this enemy here. Is the nav mesh working for him? Ah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Okay, we have the navigation invoker. Cast to navigation invoker component. Maybe the blueprint itself needs to have a navigation invoker, which kind of like defeats the purpose of this thing. Yeah. Okay, I might need to figure out this one. Also, wanna see. Don't want to spawn these so high up. Let's put it on 0. Okay, now it wants to walk. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's working. I think it was the height. It spawned a little bit too high and it got out of the... Okay, that's kind of cool. Now I want to randomize that location a little bit. I mean, I could make it so they come out from the ground. That kind of, I don't know, kind of cool. It would be kind of interesting. It's taking a little bit longer to save. I mean, data layers. Oh, I have a bunch of data layers activated. That makes sense. Let's just work on this thing. Okay, I know there's a randomized radius thing, pretty sure. That he used it somewhere here. Okay, let's see. Oh, I think I get random reachable point in radius. Get random reachable point in radius. I think that's the one we need. reachable point in radius. Probably don't need this plus anymore. Filter class. Okay. There you go. And then we can actually modify the radius of this thing, which 10 meters. Let's make it 10. Yeah, the thing is that I don't want them to spawn and get caught in some building and stuff. Okay, let's try this one out. I think they're gonna spawn exactly on top of me, which is something I don't want. It's gonna spawn from the capsule component. Let's make it spawn from the box itself. This might work better. Nice. Now it doesn't spawn like right on top of me. Again, we have this issue where the thing spawns from nowhere, so it would be super cool to make it kind of like come up from the soil. And I think that way we can keep performance way better. That's one kind of like very simple way to do it. I need to look at other solutions and see, but this way we can actually just spawn little by little the enemies. We don't need to have too many at the same time. Yeah, the thing is that I don't want them to spawn right in front of me. Another way could be let's try to make this a little bigger to see what happens. Okay, nice. I can make that bigger from the editor. Huh. Okay, now. We can probably plan this a little better and yeah. Kind of make them spawn behind a wall or something like that. Probably not the best solution. And it doesn't want to walk all the time. I think it's this, yeah, let's try to use. The same thing we had before. That way, I think it does want to, yeah, now it wants to walk. That's kind of strange. And it's not really spawning anywhere. It's not really spawning, it's always spawning like in front of me. Hey, how are you? Doing a little bit of world building, trying to work on other areas. It kind of does spawn on different areas, but trying to make this enemy spawner based on volumes. Thinking what's the best way to do it. BP AI spawner. Okay, we have this other blueprint. Which I think it's... the one that comes with the template. Let's try this one. Yeah, this is another room. I made myself another room. This is on begin play. Yeah, this is not really what we need. You can do it on request, but what does on request mean? This is just gonna spawn right there. Boom. Yeah, the volume-based approach, I think it makes more sense. Yeah, it's just gonna spawn there. Or do you want them to... Oh, it spawns an enemy every time you kill the other one. Okay. Yeah, this one... Yeah, we need to think about it. But yeah, that's another thing we will need to think about. Okay, I wanna test something. What happens if I make this a little bigger? Let's test it maybe here. And I want the radius to be way bigger. Let's try 5,000. I want to see if that random location, that random radius is working. It kind of spawns on top of me first and then goes somewhere else. Yeah, it's kind of strange. But anyways, I'm not gonna worry too much about this right now. I appreciate it. Yeah, you see, it just spawns right on top of me. And it's like the same all the time, so that radius, random radius, I don't think it's working. We can make it spawn behind the player, but it's gonna be a little annoying to always have them spawn behind you. So it does, yeah, that random thing, it does work, but okay, well, let's leave it here and see what other solutions I can come up with. Because I think now this is the #1 performance killer, the enemies having too many characters at once. It would be very cool to make them kind of like come out of the ground. That's also kind of nice. Need to test that one out. get some Niagara particles, so they come from the soil. That way it doesn't matter where they actually spawn. They can just come up in front of you and it kind of makes sense. You see, that's what I don't want, like boom, just appear. Yeah, let's... Hey, yeah, I'm trying to do something like that. With this get random reachable point in radius. But sometimes they just spawn right in front of me. That's the thing. Let's try making it a little bigger, the radius, and see. I'm using a dynamic nav mesh with invokers, so the nav mesh only generates where the enemy spawns. Okay, that one spawned kind of like... I see that they're spawning right on top of me and then they move around. I think he got stuck, okay. So that's the thing. Oh wait, spawn at random location. Yeah, it feels like they drop on top of me and then they teleport to a random location. Give the spawn a delay, maybe. Huh? That's it. That could be interesting.
Arrow to point forwards, and the Z axis, which is the blue arrow, to point upwards. There's a little gizmo.
Oops. Let me change the music. Let's give it a delay of 2 seconds. Let's see what happens with the delay. Wow, the playtime it's getting a little slower. Yeah, right, like it feels like it just jumps on top of... Or is it that... I think it kind of like collides with the camera. Maybe. I'm not sure. If it collides with the camera. But yeah, that delay, I think it helps. So let's say we're just walking around. It's supposed to spawn far away from the player, not like right next to it. Let's see if we can fix that by just adding some distance, like 5 meters to the sides. And hopefully that will just make it spawn a little bit farther away. Okay, that's kind of nicer. Kind of want to make it so they come off the ground. We will need the 8 timeline, but I'm not sure if that's gonna mess up their nav mesh. That's that's the thing, because they're gonna spawn in front of us. Let's make that test. Make a quick test and see. I guess we just need a timeline. How do you call this? Just a timeline. Hey, how's it going? Inside the timeline, let's make it maybe 3 seconds. Add a track. I think it's a float, and then we need to add 2 keys. Okay, this key is gonna be times 0, value 0, and this other one is going to be time 3, value 1. Is it a float or a... No, I think it's a vector track. Yeah, I think I messed up, yeah. We need direction. So we're gonna do it on the C axis. Add key and add key. So this one is gonna be 0 times 0 value, time 3 seconds, value 1. one is too little. Let's try, let's say the character is like 2 meters, so 200 centimeters. And the creature needs to spawn 200 centimeters below the soil. And this new track 1 needs to be combined with this location, I guess. I guess it's just a add kind of like thing like this. Let's see if this makes sense. No, I'm doing blueprint only. I'm more of an artist. Don't do much code at all, to be honest. Okay, so here what I'm trying to do is spawn this enemy, and I want it to come from the soil up. So if it spawns in front of us, it kind of makes sense, kind of like it's digging its way out from the ground. Since we have like this desert environment and like this bug character, kind of makes sense. Okay, now we're spawning a bunch of enemies. Oops. Just finished, and then these guys are gonna spawn 200 below the soil. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is how you do it. And I want them to like crawl out 2 meters up, and I'm not sure if that's gonna make the nav mesh. Okay, they're just spawning in there. Let's take the delay off just to see what's going on. Let's test this without the timeline. And I want to just make sure that the enemies are spawning underground. Maybe with another mode. Yeah, the enemies are spawning underground and falling down. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely gonna work. The issue is here. So how do I make them actually go up? New track 1 on C. Is it actually... it's going from 0 in 3 seconds. Let's make it 1 second. It might not be fast enough. We got some other values on C and Y. Okay, let's just try that one. Not sure if this is how you actually move. You're able to move the enemy. Yeah, maybe there's another way to do this. I couldn't actually see where the enemy spawned. Let's actually take the random. Yeah, let's take this off so we can actually see where. Oh, we do need that one just to see if it actually spawns. I'm gonna change that to 0. Okay, that way it's gonna always spawn on the player capsule, and I want to see if it actually does come up. I think yeah, it's it's not gonna move. We need a another node for that. It's just gonna combine the values, and basically it's gonna spawn on 0, because 200 minus 200 plus 200 is just gonna be 0. So yeah, it doesn't make sense like that. We need the elevator logic here. Let's see how that goes. I think it's just set relative location. That's the node that we need. And that goes, I think, after it's spawned. So it goes like this. It goes, okay. It's gonna. Okay, let's. It's just gonna spawn 2 meters below the soil, right there. And once the enemy spawned, we want to push it up. It goes up. To a relative location, which is this one. I think that makes more sense. Okay, let's keep the delay there. Then we're gonna randomize the position a little bit, but let's just test it here. So it spawns 2 meters below, then it goes up. The target is the spawned class. I think that's the target. Okay. This might be very cool. That way it's gonna come up from the soil, and then we can add some cool VFX, so it looks like it's actually crawling out. I saw something spawning below the soil, but it's not coming up. It's not coming up. Might be the target. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go a little bit more aggressive with this. Let's make it 400. And then if not, we can just cast to the specific enemy, because we might not be getting the right target. Okay. Where is it? New location. Yeah, right, it's taking a little bit to play. It's taking a little bit too much to play. I added a couple of very heavy meshes, but it used to play very quickly. Might be those new meshes that I added. We could probably put them in a data layer and see if that goes faster. It's kind of strange. Let me come here. Let's get these things in this data layer so they don't bother. Oh, I thought we merged all of that. Okay, that's called, it's a little bit heavy. You should be able to get better. No, still taking kind of like the same. Same time to come up. Yeah, it really seems like I'm just gonna get rid of wow, that's bright. I'm just gonna get rid of the particles, the dust particles, so we can see better. If I go into wireframe, okay, now the enemy is not spawning at all, which is very strange. Yeah, I think all meshes are nanite. Oh, what else? Huh. I think this is the problem. Let me just get this off. I think it's the root component. Now the enemy is not spawning at all. Just gonna make sure that I'm actually walking into the volume. That's another problem. Might be able to make it visible in editor, so yep, I see the enemy falling down right there. Okay. Okay, let's give it a little bit more, if not. hidden in game. I think we can probably take that off so we can see it. Okay. Yeah, let's just make this test. The problem is that this is gonna make things a little bit more difficult if we wanna spawn other characters. Okay. But how is it going to know that this is the one that we are dealing with? Yeah, it's probably not. Probably not the way to do this thing. Wow, it does take a little bit. Keeps falling. Yeah, it was loading very fast yesterday. I just added a couple of meshes today, and it really went way slower. Wanna go back to the meshes I added and see if we can simplify them and see what's going on. I believe it's the skull and stuff I added. The elevator works on update, not on finished. Maybe we can try that. Okay. Let's see if that's the thing. If not, not sure what it could be. Oh crap. Is it that it's spawning underneath me, but when it comes back up it hits the capsule and then it doesn't want to go up and bounces back down? Let's offset a little bit. That might be. Yeah, I think update is constantly. We want only one time. So I think finish is better, yeah. Damn. Let's try something different. Let's just spawn this on 0. Let's make it go up just to see if that works. That way we can actually see a little better. Is it a one-time spawn, or when it exiting and entering it spawns again? I think it's one time. I have it to once, do once. Okay, here it should spawn. Damn, it's not spawning at all. Just gonna disconnect this for a second. Okay, the collision of the landscape. I think that's that could be the issue. It doesn't want to go through the collision of the landscape. Okay, we got that. Yeah, that's the basic spawn. The thing here is that it's only going to go up. Yeah, it's only going to go up. Should not collide with anything. Okay. Should not collide. Is it sending this thing to the center of the level? Oh my god, I think it is sending this guy to the center of the level. Yep. Let me check. Do we have any other bug enemies? Let's double check. Yeah, that's what I would like to do. it does take a little bit to play. Double check. No, we have no bug enemy. So yep, that's the one that we are spawning there. It's going back to 0. Okay, that's a but it's relative. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's a good idea to see what the location is. Okay, so this is sending the thing. And it's funny because it's not sending. Could use an arrow component and use that to choose where it spawns. Hey, that's a good idea. Instead of using the root component, let's just use the box. Where it's supposed to spawn nearby. Yeah, let's try this one. I think that root component might be messing up with this. Okay, let's see if it actually spawns. It's spawning right there, but is it actually spawning up? Let's make it like 500 just to see if actually it spawns up. Let me unload all data layers. Maybe that will make it a little faster to load. Not really. Okay, Okay, it does go up, yeah. It does go up. So the issue was right here, the target. And this target, that's half of the problem. The question is how can we do it so it spawns 2 meters down? It gets a random reachable point in radius, goes to that location, and then goes back up from this location. How can we make it go up from this location? Yeah, I have no clue how to get that actor location specifically, because the idea, I want this bug to spawn from underneath the soil and come up. Then we might have issues with the collision of the landscape. Yep, it's going down. It's falling down. Yeah, it seems like it's colliding with the landscape underneath, and it doesn't want to go through. It has this no collision fail thing. Let's try teleport just to make sure. The other solution could be taking the collisions off and activating the collisions back up. Yeah, it goes down. Yeah, it doesn't wanna go through the landscape. Hey Nico, how is it going? You can add a collision buster. You mean like a specific channel? Collision boss. Okay, we need to try that one. maybe with this thing? Because the sweep and teleport, I know, I've seen tutorials where people talk about this. If there's something colliding in the way, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm working on some like AI spawner right now, but I do want to do some building today. That's what I was initially planning on doing, but case going there. Let's see, maybe maybe we can just fake it. With a bunch of particles. That could be another way to do it. So it goes, spawns in 0. Yeah. Your typical kind of like smoke screen. I've been using Unreal since Unreal 4.25. I think that's not sure when it was released. Let's see, maybe if we make it just -50. Yeah, just so we don't complicate this too much. Yeah, it's gonna spawn right there. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, this idea is not bad. I think definitely. I mean, we could. Yeah, we could probably try it. I mean, let's just give it a quick try. If not, we can just continue with something else. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get the collisions from this spawned. No, it's Can we get the capsule component from this? Yeah, I'm not sure if we can get the capsule. This is a AI spawner. Maybe if we use a simple... I'm gonna try something. Yeah, I'm gonna try something different super quick. And then I will... Let's see. Let's try to spawn this differently by spawning the bug AI enemy, and we're gonna spawn it with a actor from class. Not sure, yeah, if I'm gonna get any difference here. Yeah, probably not. Try get yet instead of add. No, I'm not sure what you mean by get yet. Yeah, this is gonna give me the same. The same issue. Okay. Hey, Fitz. Try get. He means try get. For the collision? Yeah, I think the best way of learning it might be like following courses. Get disable collision. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, get capsule component character. Yeah, it's not letting me get it from here. Is it gonna get me? Oh, it does let me get it from here. That's good. Cast it to character. Yeah, I got the capsule component from this. Cast it to character. we can cast to this bug AI that I'm trying to spawn here. Also, we need to try it to see if actually it works with the because here we have the behavior tree, which is inside that blueprint, so I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. So how can we take the collision of this? That's cool. Get simple collision from component. Set collision response. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to just see if we can disable the collision from this character for a couple of seconds while it goes through. I'm trying to spawn this enemy below the landscape so it goes up, kind of like digs out of the ground, but the landscape is colliding with the character. Set collision response to channel box. Don't want the box. Okay, we got the capsule component. Yeah, exactly. Let's see what we get here. Setting collision enabled to no collision. Yeah, but how can I do it in a blueprint? Set collision enabled mode. Okay, set collision enabled. I've done something like this before, but I don't really remember. Set collision enabled to no collision. Okay, that's some progress. To no collision. Then we turn it back on. So let's try this thing out. Here we have location and rotation. Let's try to get just a I know there's a way to like break this so we can get both, but let's just see if this works before anything else. Okay, just want to spawn this thing, and I want to spawn it on 0 for now. That's the first thing. Because that would be super cool. Like imagine like enemies just coming from the ground. That way it doesn't matter if it spawns in front of you. It's actually gonna be super cool. Yeah, that's the problem. Damn it, it's not activating the AI. It needs to be spawned with the AI spawner. It needs to be spawned this way. And we cannot get the capsule component from here, unfortunately. Root component capsule, no, doesn't let me. Target to set collision enabled. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, it's yeah, a branch. Yeah, I think, yeah, I think this could be way easier if we just had an animation which simulates the coming off from the ground instead of like dealing with this. I think if we just spawn the enemy making an animation where it kind of like comes out of the ground, we don't need to go through all of this. I think that might be a solution. Let's see if we can do something like that. I think we had a area where we can actually add an animation when it starts. That could be another solution. I mean, the capsule could be on top of the landscape, and the animation could play from below, like kind of like yeah, the whole collision thing. I'm almost sure we had a I think I might just need to put it inside the behavior tree. I think it might need to be kind of like the first thing it does. And it needs to do it just once. Yeah, this became way more complicated than I thought. Something like that. So it comes out. From the soil. Not the nicest animation, but the thing is that I just want to do it once. Let me see if I can remember where is the one that had some animation so I can follow that one. Yeah, just I think an animation and some VFX just to deal with that. Play sound. No, there was one with. Okay, this is just for the sounds, but I remember one that played the animation. Okay, there you go. Play animation montage. And I want to do this only once. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, let's just add this animation, but I want to play it once. A decorator. We have a cooldown, loop, set tag, cooldown, tackle, time limit. Let's see. Just once in behavior tree. BTT task, blueprint base, as parent class, and name your task, e.g. play once. Okay. Okay, we need one of those blackboard based condition. Okay, let's see. Doesn't want to go there. I wanna make it go before everything else. Can I drag from these? No. Damn it. Yeah, probably just overcomplicating myself with this one. Because we can add it to the enemy blueprint. Might be way easier. Because he's gonna keep playing that animation over and over. So we're gonna probably add it to the AI. I think it makes way more sense. Yeah, I think okay, first I just want to make sure that this didn't mess up the thing. Because I don't really want to mess up with the behavior trees, because it's gonna be way more difficult. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's add that thing here. Maybe we can do it here, not sure. Yeah, I got stuck trying to make this enemy come from the ground. The thing is that if we play this thing, it's just gonna spawn a new. It's not really gonna do it. Yeah, I'm not sure. The skeletal component, I believe it's this one. And I just want to do it once. let's see, that works. Ask ChatGPT. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I got a couple of people who I can ask this stuff for. Want to give it a couple of tries. Something's telling me that this is not going to play here. It needs to we are facing the same issue here. Okay. Yeah. Gonna try something different. Okay, let's spawn this other enemy here. This one. Just wanna try something out. Wanna see if we can actually play an animation at the start. Because if that's the case, we're just gonna use this logic instead. And that's probably intro. Okay, there you go. We have an intro animation. Okay, this is what we want. So I'm just gonna test this out super quickly. And it has particles. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, just gonna test this out super quickly here. And with that we should get an intro animation, and I'm gonna make these other enemies use that intro animation to come out of the ground. hopefully that's the... damn it, okay. No, I think this is not gonna work. Oh wait. Wait. We are actually using the mecha one. I think that's the one. Event possess, set collision enable, no collision, play montage, transform on C axis, set collision enabled, collision enabled. Event possessed. That could work. The problem is that I cannot get to the capsule component from the AI spawner. Let me try this other AI that has this animation introduction. So it plays an animation right in the beginning. Just wanna see if that works. And we can base these other enemies on this one, so we can have actually an introduction animation. And with that, I should be able to make it crawl out of the ground. Wow, it does take a little bit too low. We have phase sample 1. Is this a different boss phase that I made? I think so. Sample 1. Okay, so yeah, this is not supposed to go here. This is supposed to go there. Sample 1. This is using sample 1. Okay. Let's see if that actually plays the animation at the beginning. Yeah, it should play it. Is it taking some time to spawn or maybe to load and then I'm not able to see the animation? Let's actually test it here. Yeah, I'm getting a little obsessed about this. Making this thing work. Yeah, it's not playing that intro animation. Um, intro animation should be there. Let's see. Yeah, I wanna play something different so I can really tell that it's actually doing it. And then I think I'm gonna add a little string here to see if we're actually getting something here. No, it's print. Okay. I need to get it right here. Let's debug number 5. I wanna see if I'm getting something here for the intro. It's not doing any of the other animations, which is strange. Okay, no, something's wrong with the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting the flamethrower, not getting the stomp animation. So something's is wrong with this. This is number 5. I wanna try it here. This was working before. Okay, nice, it's giving me the animations. Okay, making the stomp. Flamethrower. Okay, this one is working. For some reason doesn't like to be duplicated. The question is, are we getting anything for the intro animation? Nope. The intro animation doesn't wanna. Doesn't wanna be played. Don't tell me that this is. Oh, might be another phase of the boss. It's the same one where we're getting these other ones. Oh my god, don't tell me. Don't tell me that we are using this other one on this. Ah, okay. Mecha 1. Mecha 1. Okay, well, this is my best guess. We should see a double jump. Oh my god, no. Damn it. Okay. Damn it. Yeah, I'm not sure why is it not doing that. But it's doing the other animations. That's the super weird stuff. But not doing the intro animation. Ya casi voy, ¿no? Okay, just gonna give it a couple last tries, and if not, just gonna take a break. That's the super strange part, like oh, what? Okay, I want to make sure that I'm actually debugging this. Does it need to be on simulation? That's what I don't get. Like, it's doing the other one, the other animations, but doesn't want to do the intro one. Okay. Okay, well, maybe... figure this out. Yeah, we can always just can probably just spawn some dust or something, and then the enemy spawns in there. Yeah, but I would really like the enemies to come out from the soil. That would be super nice. Yeah, it messed up the loading times. Oh, okay. There's another way I can do this. Kinda not the best way to do this, but might work, might give us just the visual illusion of the bugs coming out from the soil. This is already a reference. Skeletal mesh component. Okay, we might just need to get the we get that one? Yeah, we don't need that. Hey, how's it going? Running a 3080. Okay, let's see if we can get something going here, and then I'm just gonna take a little break. Let's see, spawn actor. Damn, okay. No, we cannot do it like that. Yeah, let's see. Damn, cannot get it from here. try this out. What happens if I come here? Okay, it's not retargeted. Let's just make a test. Might even okay. Spawns here. Then it destroys itself after a delay. 2 seconds, I think it is. Then we get this, and we go with it. I think we don't need that one. The only thing we are missing is the rotation for this to be the same. Okay, let's see. We don't need this one here. Kind of like a super improper way to do this, but let's see if we can make it work. That way we can have that other blueprint without any collisions. It can come from out of the ground, it can pop up, and then it goes into the AI enemy, which is kind of like not a bad solution. Yeah, I messed up my loading times for some reason. I added a couple meshes and it takes a long time to render. I couldn't see what happened there. Let's make it 0. And also let's take the randomness out. For now. Actually, let's make it spawn on in front of the character, which I believe it's X. So, and that's a cool way to use the proper animations that the character comes with. So that's kind of nice. I want to make these spawn in front of the player, like maybe 2 meters in front. Okay. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, we're getting something. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect this rotation. These should be spawning at the same location, I hope. Let's see if that's true. Damn, these loading times. It's not spawning at the same location. Why is that? This is a transform. Can we get a location from here? So it actually spawns on the same place. What? It sends it back to 0. Okay, we're having the same issue as before. Wow. Damn it. Oh crap. Okay, yeah, I think I should probably take a break now. Damn, I felt I was very close. They spawn very close, but not exactly in the same place. Alright, well, yeah, let's take a break and see if we can fix this. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.